I would like first like to thank our Heavenly Father for allowing us to benefit from what He has left behind for us. For us as Angling Forum, it was a privilege to be entrusted with a treasure like this. Secondly, I was part of a very dynamic group of people. Our chairperson, I can quite frankly remember the first meeting we had in this hall. And we were surrounded by you, Nandi. I think the only people that they leave behind in the St. Park office in our very first meeting was the clerks. We were surrounding this hall by the DDGs. You know this is GGGs. I don't know where this all GGs comes from. It was a DDG and a DG and they tried to outclass us by putting a lot of scientific factors behind us. And then one of our members, our chairperson, sat there and he allowed them, all these scientists, to put forward all the cases. I remember one thing that they put forward was the thing of the gas bladder rupture, where you fish, and when you take the fish out of the water, and they say the pressure outside is higher than the water inside the water. And then we sat here and we said, but quite frankly, the research that they put forward showed us so many times that they caught fish from a boat and then they would measure it and put it back. So for us as a normal man in the street, we couldn't understand this thing now. Why they're now feeling that when we catch the fish, that this gas bladder rupture thing will comes out. And that pastor put forward them and he challenged all this research. And I can quite frankly remember that day when we sat in here, there was around about 2 minutes of silence. And here all these scientists sit. And they couldn't believe that a man in the street questioned the basis of the research. I still remember that. So thank you, Pastor, for leading us in that. I think that day it was the breakthrough. I remember some of them. A guy, I can't mention his name because I don't want to go to court. He wrote around about 7 books from the Tsitsikamma, finished research. I think the next week he resigned from St. Park's. Because he was questioned on the research he did. And a normal man in the street questioned, and I don't even want to question the institution that has given him all these doctorates and stuff. So thank you, Pastor, for that. I've got 2 minutes just to reflect on. We started with Darren, then it was Madera Malepe, then Vuzi came in here. I remember Vuzi's first words was when we sat in here. She said, "Shenk is harder gat." And when we put forward our things, and then there was another lady, then they brought in someone much calmer, and it was Joe came in here, and Joe somehow steadied the ship around the. And then after Joe it was Bolelwa. I can quite frankly keep on remembering your name. LZ Bester. We can remember LZ as well. LZ was also part of that. It was a very difficult time, but thanks God we're through. Mr. Makwena, we've given you over now a baton. You come in a very historic time. But I'm telling you, we come into a time where we must now correct the mistakes we made. That's much more difficult. So I've listened to what you said, and I hope you're going to fulfill what you said. We've got you on record. Someone that I cannot forget, and that is our mayor. I remember he's not a very fancy person, but he's got 2 big ears. I remember when we first met, I sat with him, and he was the very first person who used his political influence to bring all these people from head office, all them to. So Mr. Mayor, thank you for that, man. And then I can't forget, this is the only area that has a permanent mayor. The only area in the whole country that's a permanent mayor. Mayor Wilson Ongesi Ogani. This is the only. if I don't say to the guy, I must say to you, thank you, Pastor. I remember all these years, Pastor was in there, Pastor was in there, Pastor was in there. So I can't forget to say thanks to you. You mentioned in Kolakiwi, you mentioned Songkwana, the late Etnomoa, Pastor and me were in Midrand, then we met her, and then we sat down, and she said to me, be calm, you're going to get there. Of all the other ministers, she said, be calm, you're going to get there. Then I heard she was in the park, not even the park manager knows that she was in here. And then the last, I would like to thank our anglers. Mr. Flair was the one that collected all these membership fees. I still want to ask him how he managed to get us onto the road every time that we have to come from Corridor in here, from other areas. I mustn't forget to thank him, because he managed with the guys to, at least for all those 22 years, to get us in here and see that we get back. I can't forget the guys that on the street, our anglers, thank you. If I won't have a chance again, I'll say thank you for the role you've played. I remember all the marches. What happened, we got through. And as my last word, and as Pastor and Mr. Herman, Nandi, Mr. Herman Cunningham was my very first principal when I was in grade 1. And we were managed to, we worked together, there he sits, thanks for him as well. So, from our side and from St. Park's, I haven't forget about Gancham. Thank you for the sleep last night. I did arrange for the guys to sleep in as well, but I said, let's rather not put up a fight with that again. So we're going to leave tonight, we're going to come back for the other weekend. And then lastly, I mustn't forget to thank our wives. There were times that there was no money and we have to travel, and then we have to use some of our own money from the houses to get us here. And they supported us, they've given us the time off, and they've used their own money to get us here. And I don't even think of some of them have even enjoyed some of the fruit from the labor put in. The choir, thank you. Nandi, the last year, thank you for everything you did. You were also very instrumental and you chaired the program. Thanks to the people of the media who's here. May God bless you. We're going to go to the place of unveiling. Very emotional time for me. And to the family of they were not clever people, they were wise. Simon and Johnny wasn't clever like some of us think. Christian, but they were wise. They used some information, local indigenous knowledge, to put forward matters that we were also said, wow, it can't be that they know that much. So thank you. Someone that drove the last person, Marianne, I can't forget to mention you. Marianne was very instrumental when we were this process of government gazetting. I can now divulge it to you. She was very instrumental behind the scenes to mobilize people to put comments in favor of us. And I must say thanks to Marianne. Nobody knows that. So you played a very part role. May God bless you in what you want to do. And if ever you want a chance to come and work in the park, just talk to us.
Thanks for the reflection of that journey. And I'm not sure Marianne, if you want Marianne working in the park, what portfolio we would give her. Maybe communications. Okay, so we're going to get onto the business of the day. The plaque is not situated anywhere close here. It's on the way to the suspension bridge. And Henrico, I'm told that it's there because it's a prime spot where most of our tourists go, and we are unveiling it there for this reason, that many people must see and remember this memo of these fallen heroes. So what we're going to do is we're going to club into cars. Please, if you can take one car and drive with 4 people, and we drive to where the suspension bridge is, because I believe that's where the memo is. And I'm told that the Angling Forum said absolutely not. There's no way they're going to move it here to be unveiled and take it back. They want to unveil it there. So that's why we are going there. Okay, so now we're going to club into cars, get to where, as you go to the suspension bridge. So we drive that way to where the hub is and where the restaurant and the beach is. And then from there, we're gonna have one of our rangers lead us, or you can just watch me. We'll guide you with Umtandazo to where the plaque is. We'll unveil the plaque, and then we will come back here for lunch. Is that all right? Yes.
Ja, aber